Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited about this video. I went thrifting this week and I ended up finding a designer jacket, and it inspired this video because of the feedback that I got. So if you're interested in thrifting, then this is definitely the video for you. In this video, we're going to dive into the world of vintage and how you can score a luxury designer bag under $100. That would be Canadian. I'm going to go over all of the websites, how to navigate through them to find quality luxury bags, and how to be lucky when you go out there looking for designer bags. I have years of expertise in thrifting and I can't wait to share this stuff with you. I'm going to share my top thrifting tips with you, which I usually gatekeep because they're pretty good, and how to spot authentic luxury designer bags as well as their handbags. You can be just as lucky as I am. But before I give you that free advice, I want you to go to the subscribe button, click it, hit the bell notification so whenever I drop more gems, you'll be notified, and like this video so that you show the algorithm that this is the type of videos you want to see, as well as comment below to support my channel. And let's talk about designer vintage bags because got some real good secrets for you. So let's go. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about the fact that I have scored many luxury bags from vintage thrift stores. Some of the brands or thrift store chains you might know would be Value Village and other little boutique stores, as well as Salvation Army. Years ago, I've given them away as of right now, but for right now, I want to share this information with you because I'm also rebuilding and rebranding my purse collection, and I want it to be all vintage luxury bags. So how I'm going to break this down is exactly how, if I were to be shopping for the luxury designer bags, is the information that I'm going to give you. So first and foremost, regularly checking thrift stores. That would be Value Village, Salvation Army, and close boutique vintage stores that are close to you. Talk to the sales associate as to when they have their recent shipment, when they put it out on the floor, and go during those days in the morning. So for instance, Value Village gives out at the location that's close to me, puts out their new items every Thursday. So they'll have it in the back, they'll process it, look it through, and then on the Thursday it comes out. So as they open Thursday 9 a.m., if I'm able to be there, I want to go in and check it out. If not, then to be honest with you, you're probably not going to score these things because as they go out on the floor, they're gone like that. Like, who doesn't want a Louis Vuitton bag for $50? And Salvation Army, they will price it a lot cheaper because it's not for profit. Value Village is for profit, so it will be priced quite high as they know that is a luxury designer bag. Some brands that are not out and very popular aren't branded with the monogram or designer logos like Dior and things of that such, will go out and they will go on the floor and people won't know that they're hung up amongst the other bags in the store. But do your research. So as you, first things first, you want to go through the bags that are on the floor and look at your phone, Google each brand and see if it's a designer bag. If you want to, you can make a mood board or familiarize yourself with designer bags before you go in, which are of the season as well as years before. But your phone is going to be your best friend as you go to the thrift store because it's going to be your little research AI. With that being said, you first go there and double check the bags, look at it left to right, up and down, and then you're going to want to go to the case display. Once you've gone to the case display, you're going to want to look around. It's pretty a quick look. Usually whatever's out, you can see it. If it's a designer bag, you're going to want to ask about it, look around, look at the stitching. Sometimes they have it authenticated. Usually it's not. So you want to ask, I would go on ChatGPT and ask for the specific bag, ask to look, type in, how do I find authentic vintage Dior? What is it? Louis Vuitton, Prada. How do I know if it's a fake from a real, and then name the style of the purse, and ChatGPT would be able to give you some pointers, and then you can decide if you want to buy the purse or not. After you've purchased the purse, it's always a good idea to take it to somebody who is professional. You can find authenticators, and you can also take it to the actual store and they can authenticate it for you, whether or not it's real or not. So bring in comfortable shoes, some coffee, your sweats, and just go exploring is the best bet to find your name brand thrifted item in a thrift store. That's if you're going to a thrift store. Boutiques are a little bit different. They usually have the person that's at the front has somebody that authenticates stuff for them. And if you go to a consignment store, you might be more likely to find name brand bags. So consignment stores are physical boutiques who take in clients and say, for instance, I want to sell a name brand bag. I would bring it into them, then they would get it authenticated, and then they would put it on the floor. Once it sells, they take a cut and I get the amount of money back. So it's a good idea to check those stores, look around, ask around, have those conversations with the person that works or own the store. They would be able to give you more information about having name brand bags or vintage bags coming in. Thrifting vintage bags, I actually went to the thrift store story time. I went to the thrift store this week. I went to Value Village, and there was this really beautiful knit jacket and very heavy duty. So I took a look at it and examined it. It's dusty and dirty, but nonetheless, it ended up being a designer jacket that goes for more than $500. So score for me, but I only knew that just because of the quality, the heaviness, the zipper, the stitching. The quality of it was very high, and I took it immediately to the dry cleaner for them to revive it and bring it back to life for me. Having a good relationship with a dry cleaner is a plus. They'll be able to help you with your textiles and making sure that your clothing has a longer lifespan. I'm going on a tangent. Let's go to the next. Another great way of finding vintage bags would be, honestly, a secret I want to keep to myself. I feel like not a lot of people know about it. Actually, okay, we'll do the regular, and then we'll go to that secret closer to the end. But the next location that you can find vintage bags would be Facebook Marketplace. That is a little bit tricky because you're not sure about authentication. Even the authentication can be authenticated, so you want to be sure that you know your stuff before you purchase bags off of Facebook Marketplace. Ask questions, make sure that the photographs aren't replicated from other people. Ask them to send pictures of the stitching, of the location of the stitching, the date that they purchased the bag. Just ask all questions you can. As well, again, refer back to ChatGPT or AI to help you support. Read through your articles, go on YouTube and see how to authenticate certain bags, and see if you can do it yourself. Before you promise to purchase it, also communicate with the person that you want to see the bag in person so that you can go through all of those details, because pictures, we have Photoshop, we have AI generated ways of editing photos, so you want to make sure that you go in person and see the bag before you decide to purchase it. And a lot of the time, styles that came out in the 90s that are still really good quality will be under $200, $100. For instance, the Speedy 25 Louis Vuitton monogram, that has gone through so many different generations, so many different coloring, stitching, things of that sort. But if you were to find it vintage, it might not have an authenticated number or a number that would bring you to the authentication of the purse. And sometimes the stitching color would be a little bit different. So you just want to make sure that you know for a fact what you're going into as you purchase your item. But usually looking for bags or vintage bags that are previous to 2000, then you'll be able to find it within that $100, $200 price range. I have definitely looked on Facebook Marketplace, and people tend to buy bags and resell them when they just have worn them and they don't have purpose for them anymore. So it's a great place to look at. Take your time, scroll through, communicate, and yeah, good luck with Facebook Marketplace. All right, so I want to give you the newest tip or newest place. This video is in no way sponsored by any of these stores. I'm just giving you my gatekeep secrets because I don't think it's fair. I think everybody should have a wicked purse collection, especially as those that are influencers that want to have different bags of variety but don't want to spend the coin. I find that, you know, we overconsume and we buy things new, but then there are all these beautiful gems that are sitting out there waiting to be worn or collected, let's say. So the next would be the website The Real Real. I love this website because you can actually see the item. They've taken a picture of the purse and they put it online. It's also been authenticated already for you, so you know that each item that you are purchasing is real. It has that information for you, and it tells you moderately how the bag is, like what the condition is of the purse. And I absolutely love that because sometimes it's hard to judge by just looking at photographs and lighting and all of that stuff. So you're able to actually see, it'll tell you whether it's poor, fair, moderate, okay, good, great, excellent. So that's the gauge of the bag condition, and they have somebody that would go over it. And yeah, so when you're ready to sell, they set up a call with you and they go over the bag, they go over the clothing, designer clothing. Yeah, you can get accessories, clothing, shoes, all of that on the Real. So I've only recently discovered the Real, but I absolutely love it because it has that factor where you're able to see whether or not it's good quality for the amount, and the prices range. So they have high-end items like Chanel bags that go for $20,000 and you'll see it there for like $7,000, right? But then they also have like the vintage Dior's that would go for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 grand, and it's now for 500, right? And then you'll have the items that are moderate, they just need a good cleaning, you can purchase for like $100-$200, and then, you know, get it to clean, take it to a leather specialist, get them to clean it and take care of it and bring it back to life for you, or even bring it to Dior or wherever, whichever brand that you purchased, take it back to them and see if they can revamp it for you. So absolutely love the Real. Check it out and let me know if you see a bag that you like in the comments below. Again, this video is not sponsored. I'm just telling you how I navigate getting vintage thrifted bags for the low. The next website I want to give you is, lo and behold, one of my favorite. I personally would like to travel to Japan, and I will very soon. But with that being said, the thrift industry in Japan is off the chain. It's crazy. They have so many great lines and thrift stores that are sold that are no longer, you can't get it in America. And in Japan, people use their bags and they take very good care of it, and then when they're done with it, they give it to the thrift store or they sell it on consignment. And that is a great way of purchasing or getting your name brand vintage purse collection up to date, or growing it. And you don't have to take a flight to get to these vintage stores because they're all online on eBay. So if you go onto eBay and you type in whatever brand you were looking for and search it, you'll see the opportunity to bargain, or to, what is it called? You'll see the opportunity to place your bet. I can't, for some reason the word isn't coming to me. But yeah, you know what I mean. You can basically try and, auction. It's like for auction. So you can basically auction bags on eBay that are brand name. If you like the price, you can also just purchase it right off of the bat. I did purchase a Louis Vuitton Speedy. This is the one I've been talking about, and one of the handles was broken, and I managed to get it for $200, which I could have taken to revamp the handle, but I did decide on selling it instead because I'm looking for something else now. But you definitely can find what you're looking for on eBay. You can also communicate with the sellers. A lot of the time when they're auctioning bags, you can actually buy it now if you like the price, and then there are people who just put up different purses and they say you can just buy it as is. There are a lot of, with all that being said, I want you to shop smarter, not harder. So I really hope that these tips helped you. Hit that subscribe button if you managed to pick up a tip or did not know that eBay or the Real World were great places to find vintage luxury bags, because I kind of want to know and gauge. Yeah, I can't wait to see you in another video. So hit that subscribe button because I will be making more, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye guys.